have often told you stories about the way I lived the life of a drifter, waiting for the day when I take your hand and sing your songs. Then maybe you would say, come lay with me and love me. I would surely stay, but I feel I'm growing older, and the songs that I have sung echo in the distance like the sound of a windmill going round. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. Many times I've been a traveler, I look for something new. Days of old, when nights were cold, I wandered without you. Those days I thought my eyes had seen you standing near. Though blindness is confusing, shows that you're not here. But I feel I'm growing older, and the songs that I have sung echo in the distance like the sound of a windmill going round. I guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. Yes, I can hear the sound of a windmill going round. Yes, I'll always be a soldier of fortune. Guess I'll always be a soldier of fortune. Hey, what's up YouTubers, Lee John Blackmore here at Super Easy Guitar. So this week we're doing Soldier of Fortune by Deep Purple. Let's zoom in and get straight into it. So let's have a look at the intro. Now I've got my third finger on the D string, which is the fourth string at the 5th fret. Then I'm barring down with my first finger and I'm covering the top 3 strings, the G, the B and the top E. Now when we play those together, we get this G minor. Okay, and you might recognize it. It kind of sounds very familiar to Stairway to Heaven, right? Except Stairway to Heaven's it's played up here, right? So G minor, and we're just going to sweep through the strings. Then go to the top E and play 5, 6, then slide to the 10th fret. Let's do that. Then the 8th, I'm going to put my first finger still on the top E and hammer on pull off in the 10th fret. Then we're going to go down to 6. So let's do that. Hammer on pull off. Then go to 5. And do that hammer on pull off again, but you're going 5, 6, 5. Then I'm using my pinky to play the 8th fret on the B string and back to 5. I'm going to do that really slowly, guys, okay? And again. Then we've got this, and it's a very quick, and that's just a C major, okay? But all we're doing, we're playing it kind of like an F shape, whereas we're barring the top two strings. So that's going to be the first finger barring the 8th fret on the top E and B. And then the second finger is going to be on the 9th fret on the G. And third finger's 10th fret on the D. Okay, and that goes, we strum that very quickly, we move away from it. Okay, that's Lee Blackmore for you. So play that C chord. Then I'm already in position, I've got my first finger on the 5th fret and my second finger is on the 6th. And what I'm doing, it's important to leave the first finger down because we're going to use it as well. So second finger's on 6th and we're hammering on and pulling off, hammering on with a pinky rather, to the 8th fret. Pulling off back to the 6th and pulling off to the 5. And finishing it with a 8 on the B string. It's a little bit fiddly, so if I do it slow. And then we finish it off with a 5, 8 on the B string. Let's play the whole thing. Then finally we've got this. Now that's not exactly as it is on the record, but it sounds kind of nice, right? So what I'm doing, I'm covering the bottom 3 strings, or the top 3 strings rather, the E, B and G. And I'm pulling off on the top E, but I'm playing the B string as well. So the B string rings out. Okay. So pulling off from 6 to 5 to 3. And then I'm playing the 3rd fret on the G string and the 3rd fret on the top E. Now some people I see, they just take it into that G minor because it's the first chord of the verse. So you could do that as well. Okay, so now we're into the chords, and you might have noticed I played 2 different sets of chords. When I'm singing and playing, I use the normal kind of bars and some open chords as well. However, when I'm, on the main guitar piece, you can see me playing these different kind of more awkward chords. And at first, I obviously sung it and played it to do the cover to show you how it was, and then the guitar just didn't sound right, so I went back and listened to it again, and then I could hear, for example, that's an F, but, Richie plays it slightly different. And here as well, sorry, so they're kind of awkward chords. Now, if I had a week, I could probably learn to play and sing it with the correct chord positions, but I just thought I'd show you both so you've got more options. And obviously these chords work with the electric guitar as well as the acoustic, okay? So the first verse, I have often told you stories, which is just G minor. Now, I could sit down and pick out exactly what they're picking out on the record, but I like to keep things simple. I like to simplify stuff here, so just play what sounds good. and just a simple strum down there. So that's the G minor. You could do something like that, okay? And then, so this is the easy version first, okay? G minor, F, G minor, and then D minor. Now, with the D minor, I'm playing the open chord version, but he adds, so he ends up playing a D sus2 and puts the flatted third on at the end, the minor third. So it'll sound like this. Take your first finger off on a D minor, top E, then add that first finger. Okay, then he goes back to G minor, and F again, G minor, now I'm just not picking out anything in particular, I'm just kind of just flowing through whatever sounds nice, okay? And that's the verse, okay? And then it's into the chorus and we got this. So it's just a little rundown from D minor. So it hits the open D string. And then C, which is the 3rd fret on the A string. And then as we come down to B flat, we form this B flat power chord, 5th chord. Okay, so. And I feel I'm growing older. So when I was singing and playing, they were the chords I was using, okay? However, on the original recording, you could play that original chord. I quite like the bass in it as well. Then he plays an F up here. Yeah, and it's awkward. It's awkward. So all it is a kind of like what looks like a D position. But what you have to remember is when you move D, D, D sharp, E, F. So instead of playing it as a normal triangle, what you do is bar over the 5th fret. Put your 2nd finger on the B string, then that allows your 3rd finger to get over and play this A note on the D string, which is at the 7th fret, and then your pinky at the 8th fret on the A string. Okay, and some people play it as an arpeggio, you know, so they move the hand over it, you know, but you can get used to that. So that's the first F, so G minor, and the F up there, back to G minor, and then the D minor, which is the same. So I'll run through it quickly. So we got the G minor, often told you stories, and then this F up here, about the way, normal G minor, I lived the life of a drifter, G minor, and then D minor, waiting for the day, back to normal G minor, when I take your hand and sing your song. But then normal F, you can play a bar, maybe you would say, G minor, come lay with me and love me, D minor again, surely I would stay, and I would surely stay rather. And then we're into the chorus. Now there's a little rundown. So we're coming out of the D minor. So what you do, you hit the open D, and you hit the 3rd fret on the A string, and then you move down to the B flat power chord. Now I'm playing a 3-string power chord, okay, so I'm playing the 1st fret on the A, 3rd fret on the D, and also 3rd fret on the G. That moves up 2 frets to a C, alright, so B flat, and back to your G minor. So that's going to go from the D. Here we go. But I feel I'm growing older. Now you could play power chord, but what Richie's doing is this shape again, which is really lovely. So now we've got like that D shape as in a D sharp position. Third finger is on the 5th fret on the D string, and my pinky is on the 6th fret on the A string. Okay, so that's E flat. That's our root there, E flat on the pinky. And the songs that I have, so that's F, song, B flat, D major, echo in the distance, like the sound. Now, you can play an F there, F is the next chord, or what's going on the record, you can play an F position there. So what I'm doing, I've got my 3rd finger on the 7th fret on the D, my 1st finger on the 5th fret on the G, 2nd finger on the 6th fret on the B, and I'm barring this down, so the top E at the 5th fret. Okay, so that could be our, just like that, but I find it really hard to get to the, so I just go from the A, which is on the D string. Okay, and then that goes to the B flat. Okay, let me just play it through for you. So but I feel I'm growing older. So we got B flat, C, G minor, E flat, crazy position, and the F, songs that I have, B flat, song, D major, echo in the distance, G minor, like a sound, there's this crazy chord, then B flat of a windmill. So you see I just raised that, just like we kind of play in the intro. So it's like a normal bar B flat, except I'm just doing the top strings. So okay, and that's the 8th fret on the D, 7th fret on the G, 6th fret on the B, 6th fret on the top E. Okay, so echo in the distance, like a sound of a windmill going round. Okay, you can play it as a bar here, like a power chord. So you can just drop down. Okay, so that's 6th fret, 5th fret, C minor, or what he does, he plays that crazy one again, okay, like with the D position, the E flat, and then I'm going 6, 5 on the A string, C minor, guess I'll always be, slide it up 2 for D minor, soldier of fortune, G minor. Then we're into the solo, and I will show you the solo towards the end of the video, okay, and I've put the tab up for it as well. So as the solo's going on, it's just G minor, da 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 da, C, doesn't matter how you play this, G minor, and C, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, B flat, use that power chord again, C. Da, 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 da. Finish this on G minor, okay? So that sequence is G minor, C, G minor, C. That's the first half. And the second half, G minor, B flat, then C, then G minor. Write this stuff down, guys, okay? Now, the rest of the song, verse 2, is exactly the same as verse 1, and the chorus is exactly the same as well. The only thing that is different, I think, if I recall, is at the end, and the vocal changes. I can hear the sound of a windmill going round. Okay, and again, that's just a G minor, F, B flat. You can do the E flat there, or there. Guess I'll always be C minor, D minor, soldier of fortune. Now that repeats. Guess I'll always be. Sometimes I see people doing a D minor 7 there. A soldier of fortune. Now it ends with G major, which, you know, I don't really like it ending in a major because it's quite a dark tune. I quite like the dark, but hey, that's how they ended it. It's their song, right? So anyway, that's the entire first verse, chorus, solo section, second verse, chorus, end chorus, if you like. Okay, so now I'll swap guitars and I'll show you how to play the guitar 1 and 2 solos. So there's 2 guitars playing in harmony. Let's have a look at the first guitar. So we've got this on the D string. So there's a lot of bends here, okay? And I'm sliding from 3 to 5 on the D string, 3 on the G string, and playing 5 and bending twice. I'm bending a whole step until it sounds like 7, okay? Okay, and then I'm sliding from the 5th fret on the G string to 7, then playing 10, and doing 2 bends, 10 to 12, okay? So far, notice I use 3 fingers when I bend. That gives you a bit more control. So then the third section, so I'm sliding on the G string 10 to 12, playing 14, then bending twice to 15, 14 to 15 twice. All together. Now what I'm doing there, kind of the bend, keep the bend up to 15, back down to 14, 12, 12. Or you can add a bend going up in the, you know, before you do the pull down, as opposed to. Okay, so next section, 12 to 14, then to 15 again twice. So we've got that's twice. Then pull back down, 15 to 14, and then okay, 12, Bend back up to that 15 again. And back down to 12. You know, if I play it all together, it'll make more sense. Then we got this. Move down to the B string at the 6th fret. Put your first finger on the 5th fret as well behind it. So you can do 2 pull-offs, 6 to 5. Then 7 on the G string. Now, you know, I get a lot of people sending me videos that they've learned from my tabs and stuff. But what you have to remember is you need to listen to it to make it sound good. Now, mine is far from perfect, but don't forget, add in all these little subtleties and vibrato will make it sound much nicer. So pay attention to that when you're listening to it on the record, okay? Okay, so guitar 2, and that's the high guitar part, which starts off like on the second part of guitar 1. So we go 5 to 7. Okay, 5 to 7, bend to 12, from 10 to 12. Alright. Then we move over to the B string. But what we're doing there, we start 6 and slide to 8. Play 11. Bend to 13. So far. Then over to the top E string. Sorry. So yeah, then we're bending 8 to 10. Play 13. Bend twice to 15. Okay, so far. Bit noisy, sorry. Then what you do is jump over to the B string and you're playing the 13th fret, okay, but you're bending it to 15 without any sound, and do a reverse bend, like pull down, and then a pull off to, or play off to 11. So let's go from the top E over to the B string. Now, what you're going to do is bend 13 to 15. And then what I'm doing, I'm laying my third finger flat so it hits the 13th fret on the top E. Or you can use your pinky. Okay, and you see B string, top E string. Whichever way you want to do it. And then again, we're doing that 13 to 15 again, twice. Then back over to that B string. And that's a quick 13 to 15 and pull back down to 11. Then bend back up. And then pull back. So that's a pull back. 15 to 13, then 11, finish it off on 12, and then we finish off with this. So 11 to 10, just a pull off, that happens twice, and then 12 on the G string to finish off. Let's play that whole little section. Pull down, pull offs. Let's do the whole thing nice and slow. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me the thumbs up. Share it with your friends. And there's some links below you can check out. And I have a Spotify account with a playlist for virtually all the songs I've done. Instagram, and if you'd like to support me because I don't get paid for these videos, you can send me a kind donation via my website and it would be hugely appreciated. So thank you very much, guys. I'll see you again the same time next week.